So we're going to be talking about the intellectual dark web. That was something that was coined, I guess, because of Barry Weiss. I think she coined it in that article, but it essentially consists of Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan, Sam Harris, Ben Shapiro. I think maybe the Weinstein brothers too. I'm not 100% sure, but it's pretty funny. And I was just realizing how dumb of a name intellectual dark web is, because the dark web is supposed to be where you get like crazy shit, like child porn and stuff. So it's like, why the fuck would you call your, whatever you're claiming this is, right? Some web of intellect. Why would you call it the intellectual dark web? That is the shittiest possible name you could have chosen, and you chose that. But it's unbelievable, right? But anyways, let's look at what Jordan Peterson says on whether or not the intellectual dark web is a political movement.
Is this a political movement? Is this the beginnings of a political movement?
No, I don't think so. I think what it is the conduct. It's the conducting of proper political discourse. And maybe you could say, well, it would be a political movement to foster the conducting of proper political discourse. That's possible, but it's a strange political movement, because it's a political movement that's concentrating on process rather than content.
Yeah.
I think that partly what I'm doing in my tour is the fostering of genuine discourse. But I don't think that's as political. I don't think of that as a political movement. I think of it as a psychological movement, I don't know. Are constitutional principles in the political domain? I would say no, they're outside the political domain because they're axioms. So they're inside some other domain. They're inside a philosophical domain or a theological domain. And I think a discussion that's associated with proper political process isn't a political discussion. I think it's a meta-political discussion.
So Jordan Peterson says that the intellectual dark web is not a political movement. I'm sort of confused as to what the intellectual dark web even is, because it's, it could be a political movement in terms of, we're making a political movement of, we want to get these crazy ideas out there or something like that. I don't know. I mean, what really is the intellectual dark web then? I don't know. I'm not really sure, but I can't believe that they're using that name unironically. It's unbelievable. But the intellectual dark web, consisting of, Jordan Peterson and Ben Shapiro, and I know they just posted pictures at some dinner with all of them, which actually I thought was kind of cool personally. I think that's not a bad idea. But the point here being that it's really, really self-aggrandizing and sort of giving yourself a blowjob when you make this intellectual dark web thing of like, oh, it's like a group of us and we're going to give it a nickname, and, we're the ones, having these great ideas, as Dave Rubin says, he loves good ideas. And so that is what all these guys like. But let me know what your guys' thoughts on this. Is it a political movement? What is the intellectual dark web?